Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the South, more specifically Asheville, North Carolina. Even more specifically than that, we are at the Grove Park Inn. Now this is a hotel that was opened in the early 1900s, and there's just amazing rich history here behind this hotel, behind this building. It was actually, believe it or not, Edwin Grove, the man that founded this, created this as almost like a spa or a sanctuary because he thought the mountain air would help with his hiccups. Apparently he had chronic hiccups. He would have fits of hiccups that would last weeks at a time. And so he found this retreat in the mountains that he thought would help cure his hiccups. And he also created his famous chill tonic, a cure-all medicine that is famous for its ridiculous label that shows a half human, half pig. Also, this was used as a prison during World War II, where high-ranking enemies would be kept. So high-ranking Nazis that were captured would be sent here to the luxurious Grove Park Inn to serve out their time. Nowadays, it's a lot more expensive to stay the night. You don't just have to commit a war crime. You have to pay a significant amount of money to stay here. But anyways, the reason we're here tonight is for the National Gingerbread Competition. Every year, the best gingerbread creators from all over the world will come here and make gingerbread creations. It's been somewhat of a tradition for me to visit every year and see these amazing gingerbread creations. So, come with me and we will check out these gingerbread masterpieces. A little gingerbread car there. It says you can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread car, so I guess it's very good at evading the police. This gingerbread house here is actually a functioning bar. You can see it's kind of built to look like the building itself, but that is actually made of gingerbread. Check out that massive fireplace right there. And one of the most questionable bits of engineering here, you can see the fireplace there, the fire is roaring, and around the corner, built in to the fireplace, we have an elevator. All right, going inside the fireplace elevator here.
What floor would you like, sir?
I don't know. I just want to ride the elevator.
Great idea.
Floor number 3, okay.
I'm going to give you a floor that you can actually walk out on.
Yeah?
You have to be very quiet because people could be sleeping in the rooms. Take your time, enjoy yourself, come back, push the elevator button, and I'll come pick you up.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. This is the guest area right here where some of the rooms are. There's a display there that has some of the original guest keys on it. Oh, here it comes. Hello.
Music baby. Here we come.
So it's probably not a good answer to this question. Why is there an elevator in the fireplace?
Well, here's what I understand. When they built the inn, potentially the elevator was going to be noisy.
Yeah.
And they wanted the inn to be very, very quiet. Well, they decided that if they built the elevators within those rock, encasements, that it would make it quieter.
That actually makes sense. So, all right, we have some gingerbread displays over here. These are the teen entries. We have a little birdhouse with a cardinal. This is a Christmas tree lot. Now here we have the Polar Express winding around the mountain, and then we have a little Santa and reindeer at the top. This This one has an interesting concept. It's like a book of music. You can see the piano down there, and then this Christmassy chimney is bursting up through the songbook. Some of these are very impressive. It's a whole little gingerbread village, right? You can actually look at those windows there and see that they're made out of sugar. It's absolute crazy how much workmanship goes into these. It's a little gingerbread church right there. You can even see next to it, it's a little gingerbread cemetery. And I just noticed those little cobblestones. Those are almond slices. It's a very unique concept here. We see this old pickup truck, and these are like succulent plants, all made out of food, of course. So loaded up in the back. Here's one based on the Shrek movies. You can see Shrek poking out of his outhouse there. Little different fairy tale characters. You can see the 3 blind mice right there. The little snowmen there, and you can see a little person making a snow angel in the frosting and sugar there. Up here you can see Santa watching TV, and then underneath there's different scenes from Christmas movies. There's Shrek the Halls, and then here we have one of my favorites, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and then Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. You can actually see Grandma has been completely flattened. I move into the adult competitors. You can see a little reindeer down there, and Santa, this bag. Very, very amazing work. Very cool how it's been stylized. Now this one here is just unbelievable. The detail, the shingles, the windows, yeah, the brick. Absolutely amazing. That is all made out of food. And one bonus thing, I don't know if this is a coincidence, but these people are from Medina, Ohio, which is one of the major Christmas capitals of the United States. Now this is one of the most unique designs I've ever seen here. This is called Perspective, and if you look, it is like MC Escher's gingerbread house. You can see down there, there's people standing up.
The plants.
Yeah, the plants going that way.
Yeah, probably made from herbs. And then these little curtains and all the doors, the flowers outside the home. Look at this little, this little like window box. It is so precious. This patio down here and the details there and there.
Yeah, this is just an unbelievable work of art, let alone a piece of gingerbread.
And it came from Ontario. How do you even get that?
Yeah, it's traveled from Ontario. So just imagine how this had to travel. Now this is unbelievable. It does kind of stretch the definition of what a house is. You see Santa and his little steampunk sleigh there. Not a house, but amazing nonetheless. Then we have a gingerbread ship there. And yeah, you can actually see it sits on a ship's wheel. Yeah, I guess this is a little coffee shop. It almost looks like a little hobbit house at the same time. I don't know. Pretty cool. And this is like an Eames era mid-century house. You see the topiaries say ho ho ho. What?
Look at the clock. It's a Starburst clock.
Does it have an Eames clock? Yeah, it has an Eames clock.
It's atomic. Yeah, that's what they call it. The chair.
Atomic.
Like atomic chair.
Yeah, this looks like almost like a fairy tale house. You can see it looks like it's made from flowers and mushrooms and wood, but all of that is edible. You can see the fortune teller right there in front of this caravan wagon. Just again, so much detail. I love this one. It's the children's top 10 here. You can see the girl riding on top of the polar bear there. You can see those trees made out of fudge. It says the North Pole Super Bowl. It's a football game going on with a little gingerbread reindeer there. You can look up in the bleachers there. You can see little tiny gingerbread men cheering things on. In the back you have some gummy bears enjoying the game. It says the gingerbread story. It's a little book sitting out next to some hot cocoa. It says, "Oh no, the gingerbread house has ginger pox. We need chocolate milk. Only chocolate milk cures ginger pox." I hope I never get ginger pox. This one says trip to the moon. You can see the gingerbread rocket ship. And down there you can see some little gingerbread, I guess, moon men. The 3 eyes right there. This is made by a Girl Scout troop, and you can see it's got a very interesting design, a lot of colorful animals down at the bottom, and then up at the top we have this interesting structure, this house balanced on some sort of structure there. It's called Christmas pyramid there. You can see different layers of cookies. This is called Ginger's Ginger Barn. You can kind of see all the different materials, a lot of pretzels used in that one, pretzel shingles on the roof, all the different cookie farm animals. This is called the Yellow Brick Road, a Wizard of Oz themed gingerbread house. You can see over there, there's the tornado carrying away the house. You can see the Wicked Witch of the East's legs poking out from underneath it. And of course our heroes, Dorothy, the Tin Man right there, and the Scarecrow. Toto's right there in the middle. This one's called the Snow Dancers in the Land of the Sweets. So these heavily decorated snow people doing a little dance. Here's the elves on the shelves there, sitting, watching children, reporting, snitching back to Santa whether or not the children have been good. This guy's wishing everyone a very berry Christmas. Here's the wall of fame here at the Grove Park and all the famous people that have stayed here. Everyone from Macaulay Culkin to Michelle Obama to Burt Reynolds. Now this is the grand prize winner, the watering hole. It is a tiki hut. Look at those tiki gods out front with that toucan. Oh, check out the alligator there hanging on the hammock, drinking something. Got some monkeys crawling out of the window there, along with Flamingo. Give me a little peek inside. There is a armadillo right there. There's a turtle at the bar, and the bartender's a fox. Chaos reigns. It says, "Snap your sweet selfie." All right. Yeah, just hanging out with my buddy, Mr. Gingerbread. Can't catch him, no matter how hard you try. That's not the words. It's close enough. Now, this is the youth category. I don't know how that is different from child and teenager. I guess that's somewhere in between, but this one says no cookies. Santa wants donuts. So those are literally not real donuts. They are gingerbread donuts. This one's called Blue Christmas. You can see the little pond there made of little Walter White shards. This is really interesting. This is called the Coat of Many Colors. And you can see the meeting of the two people famous for having coats of many colors. There's Dolly Parton right there. She sang about the coat of many colors. And then there is Joseph and his coat of many colors from the Bible. You can see the little directional signs down there. Tennessee that way, Egypt that way. So the final meeting of Joseph from the Bible and Dolly Parton. You can see this gingerbread piano peek under the hood there. You can see all the little strings, all the intricate detail. Here's a cat-themed gingerbread creation. You see the bowl of cat food down there, the cat, the ball of yarn, and the mouse. And then up here we have a little kitten watching an aquarium. A gingerbread aquarium. Got some singing penguins. This one says, "Welcome to Cat Ville." See, there's cats there. Some cat-themed shopping going on. Meowsies, which I think is a cat version of Macy's. This may be the first ever dog shaming gingerbread creation. We see the partially devoured birthday cake, the dog with the evidence on his face and paws, and the sign telling his crime. There's Christmas in July. We see Santa and his reindeers playing on the beach. Santa's actually buried there under the sand. We see the snowmen are actually made of sand as well. It's a gingerbread motorhome, like an RV, but on top it has a massive structure. It's a towering RV. Hard to go under bridges. It's a display on the Pink Lady, the famous ghost that haunts the Grove Park Inn. She's known as like a phantom babysitter. She will take care of children and then vanish. So you see, the parents will come to the front desk and say, well, thank you for your in-house babysitting service that showed up that we didn't even order. And the front desk will say, well, what kind of hotel has a in-house babysitting service? It must be a ghost. Down here on the lower floor, they have all the runner-ups, which have an equal amount of creativity and ingenuity as the winners. This here is called the Watcher. You can see it's like a tree man, half tree. He's got some birds nesting in his hair. His beard is full of ladybugs, and he's got a pipe made of corn. It's a dinosaur-based Christmas. You can see the T-Rex there with his big smile sitting on his Jeep. It's pretty amazing. Just a bear made of gingerbread. This one's called Imagination Takes Flight. See, two different books with wings. It says The Princess and the Goblin, as well as The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So flying books made of gingerbread. Check out this big happy marzipan hippo peeking out from the present box. There's a pig-based Christmas going on here. You can see the three little pigs celebrating in front of their various houses. Looks like that one's made of French fries. The angel. There's a gingerbread moon landing. You see the space vehicle there. Little tiny sugary astronaut hanging off the side. There's some fairies, little gumdrop houses. Letters for Santa, a big old mailbox. You can see a little house here. And we have Santa Claus surfing. Look at those big giant sugary waves that he's plowing through. And look at this, they made a very beautiful standard gingerbread house and then a giant gingerbread dog ready to destroy it. Some gingerbread hot air balloons. We have a little audience of gingerbread people watching these giant gingerbread people perform some sort of play. Got a Harry Potter themed gingerbread castle down there. We have a little adobe hut there. You can see the lady out there. Looks like she's cooking some meat over a fire. This one's really interesting. It's a little hairy gnome right there. It says wishes for sale. Selling the wishes. I guess these are the wishes here in the well, making it a wishing well. It says wishes are free. Do not give money to the gnome. Good to know. This is a little swindler. This is a real interesting concept here. You see the little puppets hanging there, the puppet show. And on the other side, we have the puppet maker constructing the puppets. I mean, look at that puppet out there in the back. I think that's one of the Muppets, if I'm not mistaken. Little farm here. I think my favorite part is the campfire. You sit on little pieces of shredded wheat. This is called the Attack of the Kraken. can see the Kraken's tentacles coming up out of the ocean, destroying this little gingerbread boat. Carrying on with the under the sea motive, we have this mermaid-based structure. Looks like this one is actually a working game. It says Labyrinth. The player places a marble at the start, raise the red flag. First to reach the bottom wins. You can actually race marbles on this gingerbread structure. An homage to video games of the past with a NES, a Super Nintendo, and a Game Boy all stacked on top of each other. Here's Cinderella's surprise. We see the little mice making the dress. The angry cat there. Isn't the cat's name Lucifer in the movie? Here's a magician's gingerbread house. You can see the magician there. He has successfully sawed his assistant in half. And he's not wasting any time. He's going ahead and pulling the rabbit out of the hat as well. You can see that delicious looking reindeer right there standing in a creek. Oh, you look down there, you can actually see there's some delicious bass down there as well. You see these gnomes are taking little chunks of ice and chiseling away until they are perfect little snowflakes. I like how spooky this one is. Kind of a creepy ambiance to it. I'm not even sure why Santa's lurking around the corner looking at that axe. Look at all those gingerbread men with their googly little eyes. And a very detailed house. Actually unbelievable someone can make that in their kitchen. And look down there, we have a little pie sitting on the windowsill.
Imagine you lived in across country.
It's another interactive one. Another marble Christ maze. Because you put the marble at the very top and it rolls all the way down. The little candy marbles there. This one says Ninjabread students in training. You can see the little gingerbread ninjas. Another Wizard of Oz themed work. You see Dorothy meeting Glinda, the Good Witch. I think we have the Lollipop Guild. It says the UNC Asheville Bee Hotel. You can actually look close. You can see there is little tiny bees integrated into the work. And then down there we have 3 little bees caroling. This is the Ugly Dolls gingerbread house. Some weird little creatures adorning the home. Appreciate you guys joining me here tonight at the historic Grove Park Inn for the 2019 National Gingerbread Championships. As always, just some amazing creations. Unbelievable that human beings are able to sculpt these things out of the items in the refrigerator. I do think the winner this year was really good. The Tiki Hut, very good. A lot of stiff competition. You know, you see a lot down here in the runners-up area that really probably deserve to be top ranking, but there's just so many good sculptures that it's really hard to say. If there's other places I have visited, please check the interactive map in the description. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider buying a t-shirt, consider buying a pressed penny, consider donating to Patreon. A $3 more donation will get you a postcard once a month. All that information is in the description. But for now, this one's in the bag.